Good afternoon, Facebook friends. I'm Staff Sergeant Nanos, the digital recruiter for Newport Beach Recruiting Company.
And my name is Sergeant Olson. I'm your local Army recruiter here in Mission Viejo.
And we're here with Private Payan, who just got back from basic training and AIT, which is advanced individual training. He is here for hometown recruiting.
Hi guys, my name is Private Payan. Like they said, I just got done at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and then I went to my MOS training for AIT, which was at Fort Lee, Virginia. My overall experience has been great in the Army. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I come from a well-off background, Laguna Beach, California. Not many people in my community view the Army as a decision. But when I went into the recruiting station and found out about the other MOSs, I was shocked to see that there's a lot of jobs in the Army that you wouldn't think would be offered. When it came to college, I was kind of lost, didn't know what I wanted to do, but the parents were pressuring me. That's how it is around here in my community. But when I got paralegal, my parents were shocked. And when I got done with the schooling, it turned out great. I left with a licensed paralegal degree. I'll be stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas. And the nice comparison is back home, I could have gone to paralegal school as an extension program or a community college for 2 years. And the hard thing would be it would be easy to get the job as an intern, but you can't get a job here, especially in Orange County as a paralegal, without the experience. But in my shoes, I'll be stationed, like I said, at Fort Riley, Kansas, and I'll have 4 years on the job experience while getting paid. And they'll pay for my education because I do want to pursue law. So overall, it was a great decision. My parents are very happy. I think the biggest emphasis around here is a lot of parents think it's just a trigger squeezing like infantry. But it's not, the Army's not just all about, shooting stuff. There's other jobs that are able to transfer out in the civilian world if you just want to serve one contract, do the reserves, whatever it may be. So I definitely recommend, going to your local Army recruiter, and that's where I'm at now, just the recruiting station.
We're going to ask you a few questions, me and Sergeant Olson. How long is your enlistment?
My enlistment is 3 years and 23 weeks, but since I've completed 6 months, which included basic and AIT, I'm looking around a little over 3 years right now, which isn't bad due to me expecting 4 or 6 year contracts. But a lot of the contracts that have shortened in the Army now. It's pretty rare to find a 6 year, even a 4 year contract. A lot of the MOSs that were next to me in the barracks, cooks, fuelers, they all had 3.5 year contracts as well. So it's not as long as some people may think.
All right. And what educational benefits are you getting from the United States Army?
I got about 24 units given to me by taking the paralegal courses, as well as around $56,000 from the Montgomery GI Bill. As soon as I leave the Army, or if I decide to stay in, I can use it as well. The nice thing that I didn't know about till about a week ago is one of the sergeants was telling me that if I use tuition assistance through my unit, it's paid for by my unit. It's not part of my GI Bill. And that's amazing. That's around $5,000 a year while I'm in. However, the only catch to that is I have to be in for a full year before that comes into play. But that's $5,000 more every year to go to school. That means I can do 2 or 3 classes a semester. And biggest part is I'll be getting ahead. And then when I get out, I'll already be very, very far ahead and enough to, really have a shot at doing well in college and not worried about bills or anything like that.
All right, go ahead.
So what are your plans after your first enlistment contract? Are you planning on re-enlisting? Do you want to get out and use that experience to put on your resume and try to apply for something around here?
What I would like to do is I'd like to see what the options were. As we went to Charlottesville, where the regimental home for the Judge Advocate General courses are, what really interested me was the court reporting, which is inside the building. So I'd like to know a little bit more about that. But when I get to my unit, they said they would let me know and give me the opportunity to possibly go to school, because court reporting is really, really rare in the Army, and it's a valuable MOS. So I might seek that route. But as of right now, my plan is just to get out, pursue my career in law. So possibly go back to UCI, University of California, Irvine, here next to my house, or go, back east, because I fell in love with Virginia. I thought it was a beautiful, beautiful area. And then in the end, my big goal is to pass the bar and either do JAG or private sector practice law.
Okay. What made you come into a recruiting office? Was it a recruiter that talked to you before? Was it just, maybe I'm a little bit interested, I want to come in here and try to find something out? What was it?
To be honest, I just did it. Like I said in my conversation earlier, I just winged it. I came in not really knowing a whole lot about the Army. I was looking at other branches. The Navy is very impacted here, as well as the Marines here in Southern California. Not a whole lot of Army, so I didn't really know too much about it. I did go to the Navy first, and I just didn't like how small they were. They're not as big as the Army. The Army has, double the amount of every other branch. We are a growing branch, and we're looking to, take people in, and there's room to grow. That's the biggest part. Room to grow is key. You can be in the Coast Guard or in the Navy, and you'll get the junior enlisted will be handed to you just like with time of service. But when it comes to, becoming a higher rank, it's going to take a little more time because it's a lot smaller branch. Whereas in the Army, if you pick any MOS, you can venture off. And then if you don't like that MOS, you can stop pursuing that MOS as soon as your contract's done and start a new MOS. The other branches didn't offer that. So I just thought that was quite interesting. And
Awesome. One more question. I know your friends and family were a little apprehensive with your decision to join the United States Army.
Definitely.
Us being in Orange County, usually school is first priority. So have you won over your friends and family with your decision?
I definitely have won over my friends and family. My family, if I didn't get paralegal, it probably would be a different story. The name's everything here in Orange County. It's all about what your title is. Not, like I said, not many kids seek the Army in Orange County. I'm talking very few, especially in South Orange County. It's a mecca for college education, families with, the doctors, lawyers as parents, like my background. So, it definitely was nice to see that the Army offered such a diverse MOS compared to what most people would stereotypically think. So
awesome. Yeah, more questions? All right. Well, Private Payan, thank you for joining us.
Thanks. Sir.
As you see, and you heard nothing but facts coming from Private Payan. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me or Sergeant Olson. He's a recruiter here at Mission Viejo, and I'm the digital recruiter of Newport Beach Recruiting Company. Thank you for joining us, and have a good day.